Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you will, like, share, comment on the post, and then you can join me in Genesis 22, verse 9 and 10. Like, share, comment on the post, if you will, and then we read these words. When they came to the place of which God had told him, Abraham built the altar there and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. Then Abraham reached out his hand and took the knife to slaughter his son. We have arrived now at the apex of this story. And we've talked in a couple different places leading up to this about Abraham's obedience. Abraham, here am I. Go to the place where I will tell you. And he got up early and went to the place where God told you. He gets to the bottom of the mountain we talked about yesterday, and tells his servants, wait here. He tells Isaac, tells the servants, we'll be back. Tells Isaac, God will provide a lamb. All those, I'm not saying they'd be easy, but they're preliminary steps, maybe is the way to put it. Here in these two verses, the rubber's hitting the road. We're getting down to the serious part now. It's one thing to gather up wood, gather up fire, go on the trip, arrive at the mountain, tell your servants, I'll be back, we'll be back. We've got down now to the real deal. He takes his son and he takes out his knife and he is planning to slaughter his son. I have seen, maybe you have as well, Bibles many times will have like paintings, copies of paintings mixed in for pictures along the way, and you may have seen the one that I'm thinking of. It has Abraham and Isaac is leaned over the altar, and Abraham is here with the knife. I mean, he's moments, seconds from doing what God has told him to do. It's been about 3 days now, and now he's ready to offer his son up. And again, there's been a lot of steps along the way that were hard, but again, they're all preliminary steps. But now he's there. He's going through with it. He is actually going to do it. He's brought the wood. He's built the altar. And he is prepared to do that. He takes his son, he binds his son, he puts him on the altar. Don't overlook this fact. Again, this is obviously a portrayal, a foreshadowing of the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. Abraham's now over 100 years old, and Isaac's a young man. Pretty sure if Isaac didn't want to be bound, he didn't want to be sacrificed, he could have handled the matter. So Isaac had to be willing and allow Abraham to bind him. Again, Isaac by now is probably roughly 20. Abraham is again, 120 or so, and so I'm pretty sure Isaac could have gotten out of this situation, but there's no struggle here. And just as Christ laid down his life, Isaac again is a picture of what Christ would do for us. And as we look at this, this amazing story, and Abraham again now coming to the point, and I want to give you two lessons here, two thoughts from this text. One of them is Abraham's follow-through. Abraham, again, it's one thing to say, to answer when God speaks. It's another thing to hear him say, go to the place I'll show you. It's another thing, again, it's to go, to make these great statements of faith, we'll be back, God will provide a lamb. It's another thing to pull out your knife and start through the process. Abraham was going to follow through on his commitment to God. I don't know how many of us are following through on our commitment to God. How many of us have made promises to God? How many of us have said things that we were going to do for God, and we've kind of let them fall by the wayside. And then I could ask you from Isaac's side, kind of that same question. Here we see Isaac offering himself up, basically. He was surrendering himself. Tied into that idea of have we followed through on our commitment? Have we surrendered? Have we given up our will, our desire, our plans to go? Same thing with Abraham, to go and be where God told us to go, to do what God has told us to do. These two men are great examples for you and I of how to live, to carry through with our commitment, to go where God tells us to go, to be willing sacrifices for Him, to give up our own will to honor Him. Think about it today. And you go back and read over this story. I've just skipped across the high points. Go back and meditate on this story a little bit and look at all those little idiosyncrasies and little statements like that. Abraham, here am I. Go to this place, and he went where God told him to go. Isaac didn't fight. Abraham saying, we'll be back. All kinds of little tiny things in this story that if you pay close attention, they're a real challenge and a real comfort. You think about it. Have a great day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.